Welcome back, guys. Dave Hamlet here from Lyfelinez. This one's going to be a good one today. So, as with, in fact, for those that you wouldn't know if you're not close to us, so we don't really reach out to anyone. In fact, I don't think we've reached out to anyone to invite anyone on the podcast yet. It's just something that's been a project. I really enjoy talking to people. We've built a fairly organic community within the brand. Just met someone, so we've got a mutual friend. Now I've got a mutual friend, someone's been yours and a partner for a long time, in Jay Louise. And we've got Leigh Foley down. Leigh, tell everyone about yourself, mate.
I'm Leigh. I'm now a coach, kettlebell coach.
Good one as well.
Probably someone with life experiences and
That's a fucking
you know what I mean?
statement.
Just someone who's suffered with addiction, mental health, like chaotic lifestyle, and I'm a dad as well. I've got a young little girl.
Yeah, nice.
Who she's 3 now.
Nice.
Yeah, completely changed my life, and she was the fire and the driving force for me to level up my life and become where I am now. Yeah.
Nice. So how do people talk about the kettlebell stuff? What have you called it? Where you based out of? How do people find
just
you?
Leigh Foley Fitness.
Fine.
Again, I do kettlebells, high intensity training. It's something that's worked for me and helped me overcome, which we'll get into that later down the line.
There's a good stuff
where it's I use this style of training to really train with purpose. And overcome severe mental health, and anxiety. And
so, had you trained before you started all this stuff? It had been
11 year now. Yeah. About 28, 29. I was like, I'd spent best part of 10 years, living in chaos and drug addiction. And
so you hadn't trained up to that point.
Up to 28. And
so anyone's listening to this, because literally you posted 5K dividend 22.
Yeah, for me, it's all right, but my PB's 1956.
Is it?
Yeah, but I was walking around, that was like 6 years ago. 40 now, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I was stick thin then, so mate, I was only 80k.
Fucking, what are you now?
88. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that, like, really, for me, mate. Yeah.
Join the 40 club. So this is why I'm really enjoy this one. So obviously it's anchored around health and wellness and fitness. As is his life, and I'm pretty honest, I've had a pretty shit time lately. You can say self-inflicted with the pressures we put on ourselves, but it's one of those. So today's chat, we've chatted off camera, it's going to be quite interesting, but it starts in the absence of exercise and finishes in the presence of it.
Okay.
There's a fucking lot in between, mate. So
yeah.
So talk to us about kind of where it started and then what was the change.
Right. Okay. So, I had I don't want to go into my childhood, but it was like quite traumatic, and which really kind of, I carried a lot of trauma from that. Now I understand it now, but I didn't back then. So I feel like I lived a life of chaos, of drug use, benders, just ruining my own life, and severe depression, like, from living like that. I didn't realise up until the last couple of years, I've been sober 3 years now, over 3 years, I was always masking something inner, a real deep issue through drugs, alcohol. I spent a lot of my life in my 20s just taking drugs, partying, and I was a little bit different to other people because, like, people could just drink, go on a bender, wake up, crack on. I used to wake up and be in severe depression for weeks. I was a very hard person to be around. I was confused. I was no confidence. And all I knew was to drink and take drugs, like excessively, 3-4 day benders. Around that time, I had no role model, no role model, because I know no way out either because of the depression, and it used to, I used to really suffer with really bad come downs. I couldn't get away from it because everyone that I knew, everywhere, it was always around me, and it was something, again, it was a progressive addiction that come upon me. I think round the age of 28, like early 20s, I was just flowing with it, but 28, it caught up with me.
Yeah, mate, that's a long time.
I put a bit of weight on.
Yep.
I was so unfit, bro. Like, I couldn't even get up the stairs.
This is a bit why, mate, I've positioned this as I do. And again, for anyone watching this, there's always like, it's great to hear people's stories. People can say a lot, but everyone's got a lot of challenges. I think this one's good for me because we're a health and wellness brand. and we chat off camera, you're doing it right now. It's helping people that maybe have not been doing this for years.
Yeah.
But to come from a base of fucking never training,
yeah,
then
mate.
get into that 5K time, mate. That's just, if we take one thing out of it, that's incredible.
Well, I'll tell you a little story about that as well, because what I first thought, because I used to feel like shit. I was that unhealthy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'd walk down the street and I was 28. I wasn't even in my prime years. And that's what was a trigger point for me. It was for mental health and me fitness. Like, I remember was working, I had to climb under the machine when I was working. I was like, I was a young lad.
Yeah, mate.
And then I remember I got myself a pair of runners and I thought, I'm going to start keeping fit. Got a pair of running trainers. I come out of my house. I went.
What was the first 100 yards first day done?
Mate, I'd done a quarter of a mile and I felt like I was going to die, mate. My chest went tight.
Yeah.
It was years of drug and smoking and everything else. And I literally threw up. Like, I threw up and I had to walk the rest of the way. And that was the beginning. That's how bad it was. But after it, I felt so good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I started eating healthy. And when I was putting the healthy food in my body, because I was abused myself that much, my body was thriving off like the healthy eating and the training. But because I was so unfit, every time I train, it was torture. I'll be like on my back.
I think, would you agree? If you are I've been in some shitty places, when you're sitting on your own, back of a 3-dayer, it's a fucking torturous place to sit there on your own and stay there.
Yeah.
So I think when you exercise, you know, I don't think anything would be quite as tough mentally sometimes as that, because it's...
Well, it builds character, mate, especially, you know. Again, but at the same time, what I've noticed, which I'll go into later, is I use that as a mask as well, you know what I mean? Like, I would train so hard because I didn't like how I felt in myself. Like, that's how I know drinking drugs was always mask. I always drank and to mask because I didn't like how I felt in myself then when I was on my own
through the exercise.
Yeah, so
I got a positive outcome, right?
Yeah, but again, it was become an addiction again. If one addiction to the next, but it's a positive one. Yeah. But again, I didn't like how I felt. If I sat a little bit of time on my own, I didn't like who I was or how I felt. You know, I would feel loneliness and things that I had to keep moving just to avoid myself, if you might, you know what I mean? So again, fitness was an escape to kind of, you know, for one, overcome, like, you know, me anxiety and things like that. But again, every time I trained, I felt so good and I started getting fitter and fitter. Until the point, I remember I ran 5 miles without stopping. And I was like, I got to the end and I punched the air. I was like, fucking get in there, you know what I mean? But again, it helped me escape the drugs and alcohol, but not fully. Like, I was still dipping my toe back in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be...
So you gone to a weekend now?
It could be like, I could do 3 months sober and then I could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'd have one bevy and I'd be on a 3-dayer again. Got every time, mate, because this is what it was. As soon as that drink was in me, this is what I've learned. I went to, you know, when I did that to get sober, I suffer with an addiction. It's like an illness, isn't it? It's as soon as you enhance it by putting that drink or substance in you, that's it. It triggers something in me and I couldn't stop. Didn't know when to stop. Do you know what I mean? But again, I'd stop and then I'd be striving for fitness and things. But I went from obviously 28, probably the most unfittest person you could ever meet, and from there I started competing in boxing. I started boxing.
Nice.
Couple of challenging myself. I always had to have something to work towards. Like, just to keep me sane, keep me in. Again, avoiding myself.
Was anyone doing this with you that you like around, or were you just sat there?
Well, there was
doing this on your own, making.
Someone inspired me as well. Like, he was a boxer at the time, local pro boxer, who's one of my mates, Matty. He used to take me out on runs and things like, and what have you. He inspired me, but again, it was more of a personal thing as well, because I was training with purpose. I was training to overcome and to feel better in myself and get away from that.
How quickly then, for 28, when you're smashing ridiculous 19-minute or 5Ks, which off that bat, you know, how long?
A couple of years, mate.
It's all right though, that.
Yeah. Mate, I built fitness up from literally, you know, an addict to, you know, someone who couldn't even run half a mile to someone to completing the half marathons and that.
Yeah, exactly. Have you done half marathons, what?
I've done half marathon. I've done literally, it was only about 2-3 years into me fitness journey. I've done it in 1:39, I think. And then I've done a full, but I didn't actually do an official full marathon. It was for a charity. And I'd done that on 5 weeks' notice. That was 2021, I think.
Very nice.
But then I was more shorter runs. I like the intensity.
Yeah.
I always trained. I like punishing myself and pushing myself to the limits because that gives me mental strength. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So when did kettlebells come in?
Well, I'll go back a little bit because so basically from that I'll go back into a little.
You're okay.
So from this chaotic lifestyle, I started keeping fit and things, and I wanted, I was desperate for a way out of it.
Yeah.
And I was with a girl at the time, been with her for like 10 years, and they went through a big initiation like around this time, because like I was quite a difficult person to be around. We ended up splitting up anyway, and that completely broke me. And 4 weeks after she left me, my mum passed away. And that was it. I hit rock bottom at that point. Like, I was, I felt, it was like a very terrible time, if you like.
Close, I guess, as well.
What's that?
We were close?
Yeah. But it was, we'd kind of like, there was a little bit of finger there between me and my mum. It's something I kind of regretted where we didn't speak for a while, but she died through drink as well.
Right.
And so that time, I went through a big initiation, and this is when I kept keeping fit.
Yeah.
I remember I went to the doctors, and I was going to get antidepressants for the anxiety.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the time, every time I'd feel this anxiety, and my mum would be so busy, and I'd be like, going through an episode of like fear and like a breakdown. I used to I had an old pair of Asics trainers. I'd put them on, and I'd just run for 5 miles as quick, as fast as I could. And when I'd come home, I'd jump a bath, get in bed, and all that pain would be gone. Yeah. So this is what I kept doing. Do you know what I mean?
Very real thing in it, I think.
Yeah, mate. It was like a train with purpose. You know what I mean? So I went to the doctors, cause like obviously to help with the anxiety, and he was writing out a prescription. And as he was writing it out, I said, "Look," I said, every time I feel this,
I'm going for a run.
I go for a run. And he goes, "Go on, Si." And I said, and when I come back at a bath, the pain's gone. He screwed it up. He goes, "You keep doing what you're doing, son."
Yeah.
And that stuck with me. That
nice. That
proper. You thought, right, this is what's going to fix me.
And look, without interrupting on purpose here, because I think there's value in it, and I know we spoke off camera, like for anyone watching this, mate, I still get the odd feeling. I had it this morning.
Yeah.
Bit of anxious about what's going on. I'm just gone fresh from fucking speaking to you on the treadmill and the boys this morning at 8 o'clock. I'm fucking just smashed myself on the treadmill again. I'm doing a couple of weeks. So I think anyone listening to this, it's a real thing. It works. Mate, it does work.
100%,
you don't need the
bro.
pills.
Yeah. Again, I never took them, and I never have.
Yeah.
Even, we'll go into more of like, I've had even recently, since I got sober, I had big breakdowns, and
you still get the old anxiety, you think?
I feel like I'm consistently good now, bro. I feel like, but again, we'll go into that. I'll go like, because when I got sober, that's when things got hard. But anyway, so this time, I remember I'll tell the story about, because I took a route of like spirituality, bro, and like, healing, if you like. And this is how it all started, because around that time, I was running, but it weren't fixing the anxiety, and it was like I was carrying a brick.
Just remove it a little bit.
Just for that day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, I had a brick in my chest, because it start with mental first, because it start with the worry, and the pain and the heartache and the grieving, and then that would become, my mind would race, and then it would become a bodily issue, so that would be like creased with anxiety. And my mate, I seen he put something on social media. I can't wait. Cambo, there's a spiritual.
Yeah, you said about this.
Yeah.
Really good.
And I don't know what it was. And I texted him and said, "What is it?" He goes, "Oh, it's a detoxifying treatment. It's a spiritual." You know what I mean? I was like, look past the spiritual side. I was like, anything healthy.
Yeah, I mean.
Anything that'll fix me, I'll do it. I said, "Right, book me in, kid." He goes, "Okay, sound." I didn't even look into it, mate. No research. Turned up. I honestly hand on heart, I thought I was going to have a detox drink. And maybe go to the toilet or something like that. But anyway, I turned up and walked in his house, and there was this woman, proper hippie, dreadlocks. She had all these mad clothes on. She had the room set out. It was like the middle of the floor was like it was like they call it an altar.
Right.
So it was like candles written round. They had feathers, rattles. It was like all these like Hindu, like proper like spiritual music on. I was like, and then she got us holding hands, saying prayers. I was like, what the fuck's this? Like, you know what I mean? So what looked at him was like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And he was like, I was the most unspiritual person at the time, I thought, what have I got myself into here? Like, I'm saying prayers and bringing in spirits, and I was like,
did you stick it out?
Oh, mate, I'd done it, yeah. And then anyway, she started Cambo. So basically, a brief on Cambo. It's used by the tribes all over the world.
Right.
You know, deep in the Amazon.
Yeah.
It's a skin secretion from a tree frog.
Right.
Which they use basically. It's a detoxifier, and it does something to it. Basically, burn a little top layer of your skin.
Yeah. And
they apply the skin secretion from the frog. It's not harmed in any way when they administer it off the frog, but when they put it on you, it's got some peptides or something. It basically draws out toxins from all your cells in your body, and into your stomach. And what you do is you drink a couple of litres of water before, on an empty stomach, and then it'll draw the toxins into you, and you basically purge it out.
What's she sick?
And it's also detoxifying emotionally as well.
Right.
Well, anyway, so I put it on. I felt like shit. I was like, oh, what's this? I went, and I felt something inside me, and I just went, like, you know, purged.
Where'd you throw up into?
Into a bucket.
Oh, so you've all got buckets?
Yeah. And like, honestly, bro, I can't even, like, this opened my eyes to being more open-minded.
Felt different. Because
I felt like something left me.
Really?
Like, something left me that day. It was like gone. And when I went home that night, this is something I've never experienced, bro, and that was peace. Yeah, see all the brick in my chest. I'd carried that for as long back as I can remember, mate. You know what I mean? I'd never felt peace in my mind, and that was gone. I was just lied back in silence, bro. Peace of mind. All the business was gone, and it was like something massively changed in me. Like,
just from if you've done it again, you could.
I in the end, I've over 10 years, I kept, you know, using it. I've actually become a practitioner.
Fucking hell.
So I haven't. We worked with it now for about 18 months, but for 3 years, I administrated it. Yeah. But it come to the point where
I've never heard of it, man.
Mate, yeah.
I feel like I might need to go.
Yeah.
Not sure I've been sick though.
Well, you could just,
mate. You've got to do it.
Honestly, mate. Again, but I was just doing it over and over again over the years, and to the point I haven't had it now for 18 months or something.
Yeah, but if you've been 3 years sober, mate, you're in some shape now. You're probably like it's a long way on.
Yeah, but I feel like. I've done all kinds of plant medicines, done ayahuasca, DMT.
I was listening to this stuff, the DMT's like seriously big studies going on in Imperial College London about it, where they've got people on drips.
They
talk about, like, literally, it's, you know, we can get rid of your ego. And some would say, I fucking need that, but fuck you, I'm all right at the moment.
I
think the only thing around some of this for me is if it just took away a bit of my drive at the moment, which is weird. I've talked about it.
But you know what, I can get, for me, Cambo, just like, especially the first time you do it, like, it gives you a full reset. It's like physical and emotional reset. It's quite difficult, you know, but anything's difficult.
Yeah, I know.
Anything that's good for you
is difficult.
Any sort of healing is, you know,
has to be.
This is the way it is, mate. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're going through therapy, you go through a traumatic process and all that. You know what I mean? So that's why I look at it, and it helped me so much on my journey, mate. I won't lie, definitely helped me. Yeah, so,
it's good to hear about it. And then, so once the Cambo stopped, then because we're on this bit now, that's then where'd you move next? What
basically, again, it didn't heal me addiction, bro.
Yeah,
I was still dipping in.
Go?
Yeah, and then I was still, you know, I was the fitness fanatic, mate. I was running mountains, you know, sub 25Ks. I was so fit, but I was still an addict, bro. You know what I mean? I could do 3 months. I'd be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then next thing you know, I found myself on a 3-day bender.
Yeah.
And then I remember I started changing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I was dead comfortable working. I had a job on the railways around lockdown. I was on $1,000 a week. It was comfortable. They had a bit of money in the bank.
Yeah.
Everything was sound. I was one of them, one of them type of people who was just happy going to work, coming home. And then something just changed in me where I felt like I was meant for more.
Yeah.
I felt, this is it in life, you know. I'm just working, going home. It was like, they call it escaping the matrix, if you like. So I just started searching then for something more. And that's when I kind of, I feel like everything aligns with, you know, my intention, because I wanted more out of life, bro. And I feel like from there, I went through quite a big initiation to get to the point I am now.
Yeah.
So that started, like basically I was investing into all kinds of mad things, like online businesses, because I wanted freedom. That's all I wanted, bro. Was freedom.
And I think that's a good thing to chase. Right?
Freedom, mate, and just live a life on my own terms. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was searching. But anyway, I end up like kind of going on this journey of looking, you know, and I was still dipping, and I ended up getting I was seeing someone, we ended up having a baby on the way.
Yeah.
My little girl, my beautiful little girl, she's 3 now. And I was saying at the time, when she's born, I'll stop drinking. So I had that mindset. So while she's pregnant, I'm on benders on the grounds that when she's born, I'll stop. Yeah. But I was kidding myself. And then she was actually born. Yeah. And then she was 3 weeks old. And I dropped her off on the Sunday to her mum's, and I ended up going out for a bevy with the lads. I didn't go home for 3 days, mate.
Fuck.
Yeah. And this time I was a dad.
Yeah.
And this is a biggest light bulb moment I've had in my life. Yeah. This was a trigger point that changed something in me forever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like a day and a half deep into a bender, mate. I'll be raw here, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, no,
I'm
appreciate
raw.
the honesty, by the way.
I had a pile of fucking cocaine on the side.
Yeah.
I was just steaming around the house. You know, 2 days deep into a bender. And like, I remember, like, I sniffed a line, bro. And as I sniffed it, I looked up, and I seen the baby's bottles on the side. Yeah. I went, and something went,
what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've got the biggest heart in the world, bro. And like, I love that girl more than anything in the world, mate. I've got goosebumps speaking about it now.
See it, mate.
Like, and I can't even stop for her. And that was like, bang, and I sat back, went quiet. I thought, shit, what? Look at me now. I'm doing what I said I wouldn't do. And here I am, a failure. You know, I couldn't even stop for her. And I'm here on a bender. And then I just carried on with it. Yeah, but in the back of my mind, and as it comes towards the end of the bend, then, you know, when it's getting quiet, I inbox someone in AA. Like, someone local to Ellesmere Port. And then messaged them and said, I want to come a meeting and what have you. So I finished the bend at 2 o'clock, 22nd July, 2 o'clock in the morning, sniffed my last line. And then the next day, went to an AA meeting, walked out of a sponsor, done the 12 steps of recovery, and that was the last time I ever drank, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I was that serious,
AA?
mate.
Yeah, no, fucking hell. What was the AA stuff like?
Again, they are quite open to it anyway, spirituality. You know, they talk about God and that, and, you know, God's helping you and things. But they do a 12 steps recovery program, which is kind of, you know, anyone out there who wants to get sober, if you go meetings all you want, that won't keep you sober. Go in the gym won't keep you sober. You know, look at all these things that you're seeking externally, changing your friends, moving away. It won't keep you sober. It's an internal problem, do you know what I mean? So the 12 steps of recovery, you do some really deep inner work. And yeah, it's that's it. I've done that. Basically, I've completed all 12 steps and it's worked for me, you know what I mean? So
I kind of fuck all about it, mate. And anyone watching this is like super, I'm sure there's people watching it like resonating with this stuff. What, do you stay with it? Like, is it something?
Well, they say it's a program you've got to follow for life, but there's some things that, you know, I don't want to say too much really, because I don't want anyone in AA kind of, I didn't agree with certain things, like, and I don't go there now, but they, you know, they say you got to commit to life. Yeah. I kind of,
well, I'm going to chuck a curveball and like, listen, I think it's always respectful to see someone being disrespectful, but like, you've been told that, but is it working? It clearly working.
Again, I stepped away and like, I'll go into this working now. You know, I was told I'd need it for the rest of my life and what have you, the program, which I believe to a certain extent, but I kind of, you know, I was going through when I got sober, the first 6 months was like rainbows and butterflies, mate. I was cloud 9. I felt mint. Yeah. I was so good at myself, bro. And then, like I said to you before, I drank for all them years to mash something within me. And I'd never ever got through like more than 3 months without drinking. Yeah. And I was told by someone who, you know, I recovered like using sobriety, that after 6 months you really do, you know, have to face your inner demons, like. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened, bro.
Really?
Like, I had to completely isolate myself and learn how to live again, because I had to take myself away from all social occasions, people, places. Like I said before, I remember looking back. I look back now because I couldn't sit with myself for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like how I felt. Didn't like what was going on inside. So I'd always be busy. Driving, visiting people. You know what I mean? Avoiding myself. Always, mate. You know what I mean? And then obviously I got sober. And then I isolated away. And I spent so much time on my own. And then I had to face that in whatever it was within me. Yeah. And I just slipped into severe next level depression. Like anything I've ever gone through in life, bro, all them years of depression, this is that, like, times by 10.
Really?
Yeah.
So how the fuck do you get, what's that bit look like then?
So it was, mate, I swear, mate, if I didn't have my little girl, bro, if she weren't born into existence, I would never have done it. Because I could have took the easy route and went straight back on the ale because, oh, mate, it got to the point where I was broke. Yeah, I had no money, bro, nothing. I used to, I'd have just enough money to get the kids food, or little Lara, to get her food. I remember going to the shop with her, bro, and I tried to get a loaf of bread, and my card declined. I was like a failure, you know what I mean? And I just completely, like, slipped into depression, mate. And it was like every time I opened my eyes in the morning, it's like I had the devil in my mind. I was just battling something. Oh, it was horrible, bro, honestly. And it was severe next level anxiety where it would crease me to the point where I couldn't move out of bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the only thing I could do, mate, was two things, yeah? And this is why I got into kettlebells, because I was creased in bed in tears, bro. You know what I mean? My brother used to come and check on me in case I thought I was going to top myself. You know what I mean? I actually attempted it a couple of times because I couldn't handle the pain that was going on. It was horrible, mate, honestly. And I remember lying in bed, like, in the morning, and I would be absolutely on me, floored by the anxiety, floored by all the pain. And it's just like my mind was just a million thoughts racing. And this is how, like, I used to just get up, right, and go, right, I can't sit here, right, and I'd go to the gym. I wouldn't even speak to anyone. I'd walk, people would say hi to me, straight in. I was getting a free membership off someone, by the way, at David Lloyd's gym, someone who worked there, and I'd pick 2 kettlebells up. I couldn't even afford the program, so I'd write my own out, and I would just pick them up, me, and I'd go to war with them, mate.
I feel that.
Push my body to the absolute limits, bro, with the kettlebells. Burpees, and then it would literally, for that day, it would keep me head above the water, and I'd feel good for the most of that day, and I'd slip back in later on. But what the beauty of it for me was the wins, yeah? Peeling myself up off the bed where I couldn't even breathe because I was struggling so bad, to go against that devil that was in me. Who wants to, you know, when you feel like that, bro, the last thing you want to do is train, isn't it?
It's well hard to get yourself out of bed. Exactly. You're literally on a fight, mate. It's stuff that's happened recently, mate.
Yeah. Again, but this is the momentum that you gain. This is how you build mindset.
One little win, mate.
And then to get up from that and go against yourself, you know, because it's you versus you, bro. I'm battling my own mind, my own thoughts. And because I went and done it, I'll come home, I'll go pat myself on the back and go, get in there, Lee. I used to speak to myself in the minute, fucking get in there.
Yeah.
I was on my own, bro. I spent all this time either with my daughter or on my own. I cut everyone out. And I come to realise, you know, like, no one was coming to save me, kid. And I'd be lie there, because I've always had a big heart. I've always been one of them type of people who'd help anyone.
Mate, I'm the same. There's fucking not many people there when you need it.
Mate, and I was like, you know, even they might not have knew, but again, it was like more than anything. I thought it was like, no one's coming to save me, mate. And I wanted to build this life. I had no money. I had no career. Yeah, I had a taxi, and I'd hardly go out working because I didn't want to face people because I was suffering. So that was a knock-on effect. I was struggling for money. And it was like, so I just had the ability to, like, take this cap off from being depressed and put my father cap on. And then pick my daughter up, and I could just be okay when I've got her. And again,
it's something bigger to park that, right? It's something bigger, but it's still there.
Exactly. And, like, you know, I couldn't, you know, all the times when I was just wanted to give up, mate. You know what I mean? I couldn't.
So what did you do? What was the defining
So
point?
again, it was just the momentum, them little
kettlebells,
the daily wins. Just turn up to the gym, turn up for my daughter, and just winning them small little wins each day. Yeah. And it started mounting up. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Until I come like a little bit more confident, thinking I'm the winner. Yeah. I'm the winner of this battle here. Yeah. But then I'd slip back in. I was still had the same issues and everything, bro. With money. I had nothing, mate. I was walking on and clothes hanging off me. I had for the last 2 years. I had nothing, mate. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fuck all. My sister was feeding me and that, and it was a bad state of affairs, but I kept winning these little battles. And then it come to the point where I was expecting, I've gone through this, the heavens will open. An opportunity or a breakthrough will just land in my lap. You know what I mean? That was a mindset I had. So I was just waiting around. And I had no purpose, and then I realised no one's coming. Yeah. No one's coming to save me. No one's coming to help me sort my mental health out. No one's coming to give me a new career, help me build a new life. No one. The only person I can rely on, I've got no rich family. I've got no one to rely on but myself. Yeah. So I started from fucking completely rock bottom, and then I just started thinking, right, I'm going to have to get my arse into gear. I got a little bit of my mental health back. Yeah. I remember I invested in some little tickets to get on site. I got a little job, paying me about CSCS. Trainer painter, knowing full well, because I'd made the decision here now that I'm going to be a PT, because what it did for me, the kettlebell training, and how much it helped shape me up and help me overcome what I come through. Them little daily wins. I knew this is what I'm, everything I've ever done in life, bro, I'm just terrible at it. You know what I mean? But health and fitness. I thrive off it, mate. I can talk about it all day because how much it saved me life, bro. You know what I mean?
So when did these classes start? When did the kettlebell stuff take? So we're going to come up and smash one for
sure. Well, so basically, so it went from there. I went working on site, and this is the grind that took me to get there. Yeah, I invested into a PT course. Right. Yeah.
How'd you find it?
Very time consuming. It was like a long road, mate. But again, I was working 10 hours on the ship. This is the grind that takes, I was working 10 hours on site. Yeah. And then I was coming home. I'd either wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get me training in before. I bought myself a couple of heavy kettlebells, and I'd do it at home because I didn't have enough time to commute the gym. Yeah. Everything was time consuming. So I'd either do it in the morning, get me kettlebells done, 10 hours, come home. I'd set that timer on my phone, 2 hours, and I'd sit on my PT course before I even sat down and thought about anything, 2 hours a night. Yeah. And then I'd get a bath, have my tea, prepare the next day's food, and then by that time, to come round, it'd be 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'd go straight back to bed. If I missed them training in the morning, I'd do it on the flip side. I'd come home, 2 hours on my PT course, kettlebell session at 8 o'clock till 9. Do you know what I mean? I'd done that for 6 months. And then from there, the weekends, I had my daughter, I'd done it, and then I passed it, bro. And then, I always say things happen for a reason. Again, I got laid off because it was painting. Yeah. They laid me off. So I thought, you know what? I'm making the decision now. I'm never, ever going back to a job working for someone else because I'm so unfulfilled. I'm going to take my career, my PTing career from here. Yeah. I spent whatever money savings I had. I bought a few kettlebells, started with 220s, pair of 20s, 16s, and then I bought a couple of lower weights of 10s. Yeah. I had enough to cater about 4 people to the classes. Started the classes. I had Jay Louise, her fella, Liam, only man turning up. He's the only person to turn up. But I kind of kept consistent, struggled. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was falling behind on my rents, but I was just holding on to a dream, bro. Holding on to a dream. And then over time, they started getting a little bit busier. I just, every bit of money I took back, bought more kettlebells, invested back in. Do you know what I mean? I had my little taxi, just to earn a little bit of money to cover the rent. Yeah. And just built up from there, mate, to the point where, like now I've got about 3-4 grand worth of kettlebells, mate. Yeah. I built it from nothing.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Classes then, how many got, what's the classes look like? Because I've seen them.
So basically I do 6 a week. Again, I'm just delivering a class that worked for me when I overcome.
Any normal class, sort of MC there last Saturday?
Yeah, mate. Well, we get a bit. Liam's an MC.
Is it?
Liam. He's so talented, bro. And so on the Fridays we'll get a DJ in. Yeah. Just yeah, and like
Make it look good.
Yeah, but the people the most one for me is how much it's benefiting people who come in, because a lot of people who come have never done kettlebells, you've never trained hardly, and they're all thriving. For me, that's like kind of, you know, it's working for them. My product's like really is helping people thrive.
What's the aim with it then? Where are you taking it? You must have a plan to come this far.
Just building my classes. I want to get my own unit, gym. I want to have my own gym, mate. I want to just be a health and wellbeing facility. Do me classes, do other types of classes, maybe yoga, some ice baths, whatever. You know what I mean? Have my own gym, have my own space to do it. Just build a brand, bro. Build a brand, and I'm going to start doing some supplements and things, some health supplements. I don't even know, bro. Just keep building it.
Just go where it's going.
Yeah.
What's the taxis like?
It's all right. Like it's
your Uber up fucking there.
I've got a black cab now. It's not. I'm quite an active person, all right. So I don't like sitting on my own, but I've got a good balance with it. It pays me bills. Now my classes are busy, and I've got nearly 40 members paying subscription.
Mate, that's sick.
And then obviously that's without drop-ins. So you know, there's all that income come from that now. After having nothing, bro.
I'm building it.
And now, you know, money's better, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just grateful for it all, man. Because
but then things just build. Then
it's just building, mate. You know what I mean? I'm just going with it, mate. There's no one more passionate than me.
Mate, you see it.
There might be, but you know,
mate,
I'm driven. I'm sober. I've got a clean mind. Yeah, that's the best thing. Keeping that clean from any substance, bro. Because any drink, drugs, it pulls you back. If you get sober, bro, it changes your life, mate, in a massive way. When you've got that, waking up every day with a clean mind, you've got no substance. I've quit smoking as well, another one, do you know what I mean? There's nothing controlling me. I'm free from addictions, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
And I've got so much clarity and drive and passion to make something of my life, and I'm building something that I love. I'm building something that I'm good at. I'm building something that's very beneficial for people, and I've always been a person who like loves to help people. I've got the ability. I love to see people do well and thrive.
So what was like, you've been through a lot. What was, it's people watching this then, what are a couple of things you'd pull out of this and say, like, listen, if you said go and do two things today, what would they be for someone that could be watching this? It feels like they're in a similar place you were. So
first of all, get sober. Even if someone is just a casual drinker, mate, you don't realise the power.
100%.
Yeah, and I know, you know, it's not as easy as just saying that, but there is support out there. You know, you've got AA, just dive in with it. I dived in to that, like, my life depended on it, because I was that desperate, because of that initiation moment when, you know, the reason why my little girl was mine. I wouldn't have done it without her. It's just her being, she doesn't even realise how much she's helped me in life, you know. Getting sober, and just, you know, what you chase out of a drink, you're only drinking to make you sick because it makes you feel different, you like it makes you feel, you know, that's all that's happening, isn't it, you know? But there's always a come down after that, you know what I mean? It's not worth the high you get.
Well, if you're an addict, I think some people here that just fucking, they don't mind. They're people not like us. They can just have one drink. Do you know what I mean? But I think people for us. So what would the second thing be? So first, cut it out.
Cut it out. Seek help, bro. Don't do it alone. Because there's you've got AA, a local to Liverpool. You've got a program called Break Free.
Right. Okay.
Which is out. If it was to turn the clocks back, I would have took that route.
Right. What you need to talk about them. What they do.
Break Free. It's basically, they just learn you about addiction.
Right.
They do completely different to AA, because AA say you're powerless.
Yeah.
They say you are. You've got the power. You just need to learn what you suffer with. So they give you the science behind it. And they give you tools. I don't know what, I've never done it, so I don't know what, do you know what I mean? But I know a lot of people who get sober from it. I feel like the more you know about addiction, the more better chance you've got to get sober. I know myself. I know my trigger points. I know, like, you know, the thoughts, it can be a little thought, and you got to let go of the thought quick, bang, put it in, lip it in the bud, because that thought grows in the, stick it in a box, let it go, and you'll be all right, you know what I mean? Because otherwise, let that manifest, that little devil in your mind, you'll be all right. You start making excuses as to why it's a good idea to drink, when, you know, that's the addiction, bro. Again, learn what, you know, and just, again, once you get sober, you get a bit of time under your belt, your life will just change for the better, mate. It's like to yourself, mate.
Momentum.
A successful man. So much potential. You know, you've built businesses. You know what you're doing, bro. Take away that substance, mate, and your life will improve in a big way.
Oh, mate, like,
and all this will just, you know, it's doing well. You know what I mean? But
we had. It's weird how it mixes. Just fucking. It's. I don't know whether it's been that bad, but you could easily lose, like, how unproductive and get hungover. You're like,
mate,
but then
yeah.
My life, my if you think about where my career was, a monster, fucking hell, mate, and I was in the corporate world. It's so blended. It's probably where, like, because I never really drank until I was like, what, 26, mate. I was an athlete. It was fucking 10k time was about 32 minutes or something. 30.
Sick.
I was a fucking machine.
Yeah.
About that big.
In the army as well, like
yeah. So I was fit my entire life. 16, 25. Wasn't as big as, or I'm not big at the moment. I'm 92, but like I couldn't put on any fucking real size because you just couldn't eat. I was skinny anyway. I was like notoriously lean, and we're doing that much exercise, mate. Physically couldn't eat enough. Yeah. Without it fucking coming back out, or because we're twice a day.
Yeah.
And then race motocross for ages. But then if you think like the corporate world, it's mixed with fucking a social occasion with work at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And that's easily where my ability to just fucking drink. Like, I'm like you, if I fucking have one, I'm not someone can have one.
Yeah. Same.
First of all, I'm like, well, what the fuck, what's it going to do?
Yeah.
Like, one, it's like, why would I put a little bit of toxic in if the nature of probably both of us, if I'm doing something, I'm fucking doing it.
Well, that's what you have one, but then that's it. Then in my experience, that one would trigger something in me because I fed the addiction. It'd be like, bang, you fed it like you're feeding a plant, so then it'd thrive. Then, so that addiction in me would grow. So as soon as that one's in me, mate, I'm on one. Like that's how it was for me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But mate, look, we're going to come up for sure. I'm fucking. As soon as J. Louise sent that thing, I was like, that looks the sickest class I've been around.
Yeah.
So we'll come up. Tom will be there, mate. So Leigh Foley Fitness. You're based over in Ellesmere.
Yeah.
In fact, before we shoot off, talk to us about you've got some stuff you're working on to do the online classes and stuff.
Well, I just feel like, you know, kind of just started videoing me workouts. Do you know what I mean?
I watched one of them the other day, mate. It's sick.
Yeah, so I just videoed it, and then I thought, you know, because imagine there's just people messaging me all the time. Oh, can you do me an online program? And it's hard to like kind of, because the flows that I do, it's hard to writing down a piece of paper and say do that.
Yeah.
So
especially what you're doing, because you're talking in it, the music's there.
Yeah, that's it, to be in the energy of it. So I feel like if I just done it and just done like a YouTube channel, and then I kind of, the screen would be, I'd have to get cameras like that, you know, I put a earpiece in.
Yeah, live stream the
set. You know, and then you could have like visuals and some text on the screen, timers, whatever, reps and exercises. And people can remotely can just do it.
We've got someone work for the moment in motocross, and fucking like they're literally watching people's workout online. I'm like, so someone's on their bench at home, and I'm like, that's come a long way since I was fucking doing it. Actually at home watching someone work out, going, oh, change your form and that. So there's obviously
but then you could do like a technique training as well within it. So I could break it down with someone and say
how to's,
hip hinging and you know, and cleans and everything, and I get them to study that, and they could do it remotely. There is other places doing it, you know, kettlebells.
But talk about other places. Leigh Foley Fitness.
But it's again, but it branch out. I do beginners. I do barbell workouts and that, ergs and that. You know, like the ski machines. I feel like that'd be something to do. Like I feel like getting my own place is a big one for me. So I can do the Leigh Foley Fitness facility. I feel like, you know, that's when I work towards that. I'm going to start videoing my workouts. Just go with it, you know what I mean? I feel people come in the classes, they're all thriving, mate. Honestly, because they've never experienced that, and I'm just giving back what's helped me.
I won't let it downplay it too much. I'll PT. I think most of the best PTs are doing it from a real. I think you look at a lot of the influencer PTs; they're trying to feed off people. The people like yourself, I know I had to stop because I just fucking felt depressed, mate. Literally listening to people's problems for 4 hours a night. Quite empathetic. I was like, this is fucking, it was literally ruining me. I just fell out of love with training, so I couldn't do it. But I think those that like yourself are doing it for a reason where your cup's getting filled up.
Purposeful training, like I train with purpose. I've trained like that to help me with something. I'm not just turning up the gym. I'm doing it for a reason, mate. I'm
and people can see that. I think in the world, like,
do you know what I mean?
We talk about authenticity and credibility. I think marketing's gonna be fucking built on it. Brand.
Well, to be fair, I'd rather, because the big goal of mine as well is freedom. Is more freedom to give to my little girl, because I don't want to be caught up with so many hours, working endless hours, you know, and it taking me time away from her. Okay. I really like if I can just do my classes.
Yeah.
I can do like an online thing, or I can sell maybe products and things.
Yeah.
It's still helping people in a big way. I might have a short few PTs, but then my little girl gets me.
Yeah,
that's the big goal, mate. Is she needs me, man? Do you know what I mean? And I want to give her me time, and I work every day with that goal.
Yeah, I like it.
So, do you know what I mean? So it'd be nice just to pick it up from school, drop it off. I'm doing that now, by the way. So I'm already living that. I have it on a Wednesday till Friday.
Yeah.
And then I drop it off at school, pick it back up because I can.
Yeah.
I've worked for that.
You created this.
Created it, mate.
Space, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mate, I have no doubt you're going to fucking keep smashing it, mate. We're going to stay in touch.
Yeah.
We're going to come up. I'll fucking come and throw up at one of your fucking sessions that I've hooked up.
Are you free next Friday?
Mate, we will be coming back from London next Friday.
Yeah.
What time?
If you give me a time when you can come, I'll make sure we get a DJ in and all that. You know what I mean?
Mate, get 100%.
I get Corky. I get Corky's. That's Jay Lee's fella.
Yeah, mate.
He's an MC,
sound.
mate.
Mate, I've watched it though.
Yeah.
This is sick. I sat home.
It's good, mate, and it's the energy of it.
It is.
I have a little earpiece on and that, and it's just like boom. For I go out, I train myself, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Like,
what I'll do, we're in London next Friday. I think the Friday after we're in Leicester, but I'll literally hook up. I said to Jay Louise, because mate, I've trained.
Yeah.
Literally nearly every fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
When you just see something, you're like, oh, that's a bit of me. I just was watching it thinking, I feel fucking buzzing it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm all about supporting people we know, mate, and people who
yeah,
do good
great,
things,
mate.
so.
It'd be good for you to come down, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate, we can bring up some of these and give out some sachets, make sure everyone's hydrated and stuff.
Great, yeah. Be amazing. Come down and then, you know what I mean? And you can offer, obviously, your products as well to people coming.
Too right, mate. Game on. Look, it's been fucking mint.
Amazing, bro. Thank you, man. Well worth the journey.
Hey, in it, we'll definitely see more of you, mate. We'll be up next time seeing me be sick, mate. But
amazing.
pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Dave. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, big man.
Cheers. Thank you.